Today on Nebraska WoodSTR, the party is over. Time to get back to work. Here we go. Hey WoodSTRs, my name is Mike. Well, like you heard, party is over. The youngest graduated. I'll throw a couple of pictures up here. Just show you a little bit of the shop before we got rolling and a little bit of her day. Also, mentioned time to get back to work. So we are 1 week before, well, this video is close to a week before Memorial Day weekend. And last week, I believe I sold 72 bundles. Most of them went through the wholesale or the retail stores, sold as wholesale, but through the retail stores. Prior to the party, I had virtually every one of those gone. No, not virtually. All of them were gone, and this was all cleaned up. You saw that, or will see that in pictures before. So since then, we've been doing in the mornings. You can be pretty selfish between 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning. No one's really looking for you, so been making bundles in the early mornings and late evenings to kind of build up some inventory as we get closer to Memorial weekend, make sure we got plenty going. But kind of see the remnants of the party. See back there, I just put a tarp up. That way I could put all my stuff on the other side without having to haul it all out of here. But otherwise, yeah, bar's still cleaned up. Have a few cocktails left over, so that'll help with the bundle making process as well. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do back here. I think the tarp's going to stay up because I really kind of like not having to look at all that stuff. But anyway, getting coolers dried out. I don't know if you've ever seen these. I just made these out of pallets. They're old dorm fridges that don't work anymore. Kind of a bigger one, lay it on its side. Kind of a small one, lay it on its side. Put a stand in it. Wrap it with pallet wood. Look pretty good. Works really good. Anyway, just kind of cleaning up and haven't really made too much of a mess of it yet, other than some of them stupid balloons that had that popped, had a bunch of confetti and stuff in them, and what a pain in the butt. They're all over. I'll bring this to you in a different one. Looks like bulk firewood bags. Almost not what they are, but we're going to make them into bulk firewood bags. So I'll bring that to you at another time as well, because I think that'll work. I can get those at work this time of year, and so I'll explain that whole process. But anyway, shop is pretty much cleaned up, and some stuff's starting to come back into it, but mainly just getting back after bundle wood. So I'll show you a bunch of bundles I made. We'll put that in a quick time lapse. You guys get the program when it comes to that, but yeah, I don't know, that wood beaver twister has come in real handy. Makes a really nice professional bundle. The other thing, the last couple of weeks here, I have been fighting a pinched nerve. I've been to the chiropractor 3 times and slept about 3 hours in 3 weeks. It's been pretty brutal, but I'd like to say I'm starting to come back around, but still trying to figure out which one, what's too much work, what's not enough work, because there's a sweet spot in the middle, and if you don't find it, that night is brutal. So anyway, doing some bundles, not overly strenuous, and so we'll just keep working on those and until we get this healed up. So not much work been going on in the wood yard with the graduation, the party, as well as getting after these bundles.
Never noticed so many red signs on the back of of our house. Snap, crackle, and pop.
Come here. Take one in the face.
Did I hit behind?
I don't know.
There we go. Now I know what I was doing wrong. I'm gonna hit one more. What I hit? Your machine?
Sometimes they don't need any answers or solutions, just watch. Mama WoodSTR doing a little golfing in the back there. She asked me to say hi.
Hi.
She was asking me for some advice on what was going on with her swing. I looked at her and said, "You've got to be kidding me. You kick my ass every time we go out golfing. So what the heck?" So I just watched. She figured it out, and I and her feel better without me giving her solutions. So anyway, back to her. well, a couple hundred bundles later, I've kind of figured out a little bit of the program that I do. So on the bottom ends here, we just use, make sure that those are flat. The sides are already going to be flat, but get these corners squared up right here. You can see right here, gets 2 flat ones on the bottom. Makes it for a nice little spot to stand as well, especially if you're stacking them, and when I am stacking them inside of the cages. The other thing that I noticed, because I'm stacking them a little bit higher than this, feet out of there, is I'm stacking them in here. I'm stacking them a little bit higher to make sure I get my full 1 cubic foot. That not only if this here is flat when I start here with squares in the corner, but also these sides here are flat. So when I set them into my cages, I can give them 1 twist this way, and then they don't get as high as I'm building them up. But as you can tell by looking at my wall of bundles, they stack pretty decent. And throwing them on a firewood rack that I got from the old boy that was getting out of the business. Kind of keeps them off the floor so we can keep cleaning up. So other thing that I try to do, and this is probably more from just an aesthetics portion, anything that has bark on it, that goes to the inside. Bark burns, I'm not worried about it, but I try to just keep that on the insides, never pointing towards the outsides, and works pretty good. All right, well, you guys kind of get the program here. It's kind of, like I said, always learning in progress, lifelong learning, if you will. Just making sure that that bundles look professional and we get them out there and people are enjoying the product. They can be dry, and they can be seasoned, but if they don't look good and aren't presentable, they'll buy somebody else's, whether it's wet or not, because most people just can't tell. But feel like I got a pretty good professional product there that is starting to move. Like I said before, this will be my first camping season that I've had retail stores. And so we'll kind of bring those numbers to you as we go. You can definitely tell there's some stores that work better than others, and there's some stores that seem to be a little bit slow. So I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just proximity of campgrounds and traffic is kind of what it's feeling like right now. But really the backyard firewood burners haven't started yet. I believe they'll start up here coming after we get into Memorial Weekend and through the summer. So I'm kind of curious to kind of keep an eye on how many of those I think are going to campsites, and we're working on their vacation money, or how many of these are going to backyard fire pits, and then we're working on budgeted money. So anyway, you guys kind of get the program here. I'll keep you updated on bundles, sales as we go along here. Like I said, I think last week it was 72 of them went out of this shop. So pretty good charge. It wasn't last week. It would have been in 2 weeks. They had 72 because I had to get rid of a bunch of them before graduation. So anyway, you guys know the program. Like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for all your support, and we will see you on the flip side. Mama WoodSTR doing a little golfing in the back there. She asked me to say hi.
Hi.
She was asking me for some advice on what was going on with her swing. I looked at her and said, "You've got to be kidding me. You kick my ass every time we go out golfing. So what the heck?" So I just watched. She figured it out, and I and her feel better without me giving her solutions. So anyway, back to her.